Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Monday, September 18, 2023, 3:15 p.m. Eastern. We will be having a Time for Change call this Wednesday night, around 9 p.m. For Michael Thomas is still with us. He has really been through a war with his body. Very interesting. Always remember deep in your heart that all is well and everything is unfolding as it should. There are no mistakes anywhere at any time. What appears to be wrong is simply our own false imagination. That's all. Robert Adams. For the next couple of days, next 48 hours, I invite you to let your mind ponder about one basic idea. Everything is perfect in this universe and exactly as it should be. Everything is either a misguided projection, a highly creative interpretation, a decorated perception of perfection forming in our brain. Meditating on this one simple truth will liberate you from many years of suffering. Now, of course, if someone were to say to you, and you're in a flustered situation, right, where the ego mind is at point, and someone says, everything is perfect as it is, all imperfections you see are imaginary. Now, of course, we all know that some people would say, you're out of your mind. You know, you look around, look at all that's happening here, and you're saying that? It's our understanding. What we're doing is we're bringing ourselves out of this lower frequency. And this is what we've been mired in for generations, this lower frequency. And by beginning to view things from a higher existence, a higher understanding, we shift everything. So that's why everything is perfect as it is. All imperfections you see are imaginary. It's like you could tell yourself, this is an illusion, but yet I'm experiencing it as if it were real. And that's a fine line to differentiate between that. Because number one, you know that the ego mind is heavily influencing things. If we can dwell on this concept and hold on to it for a few minutes, we will notice that we will start to feel lighter, have more inner clarity, and a sense of spiritual freedom throughout our day. Abiding, and even though it feels, to some, kind of like really foreign, kind of like not comfortable, is because we're such in the habit of suffering that to us it's normal, okay, whatever that is. Abiding in this understanding opens up 1,001 doorways to the divine. We will automatically begin living a life that is empowered, awakened, and feels more harmonious. We can liberate ourselves from 99% of our daily suffering just by respecting this one simple truth. So you get curious about it. And you put forth the effort to understand its deeper meaning. Explore the feeling how everything actually is always perfect in this universe. Yes, it is. The longer we can feel into this experience and assimilate it into our body, the more blissed out we will feel every day along the way. It's a good thing to know that as we enlighten ourselves, we are also helping to enlighten everyone else on this planet. Realization is nothing new to be acquired. It is already there, but obstructed by a screen of thoughts. All our attempts are directed to lifting this screen, and then realization is revealed. Ramana Maharishi. What does that really mean? The screen is the ego mind fogging and blocking the God that we are in the body. Right? That's the screen. No matter what is happening in our outer world, no matter what, in your relationships, internet, your family, work, etc., realize that everything around us is happening for one very specific reason: to awaken our spiritual nature. This means opening you, healing you, making you more conscious, alive, and available to the living flow of energy that is perpetually moving through you. Everything in this universe is happening for you, not to you. We have adopted the understanding that it's all happening to us, not for us. It's a big difference. People will say, why is this happening to me? We are here to wake up and remember that who we truly are is an infinite spiritual being, having an occasional, limited, time-bound experience of being human. When we discover our spiritual foundation, the experience that we are all-powerful, super-manifesting beings becomes evident and obvious. This universe blasts synchronicities at us all, unveiling the truth that we are all one unified being, connected to the same cosmic source. Our mission here is to believe this, and knowing this truth allows us to know ourselves as divine. We are not just human. We have the God-given manifesting power within us to create, attract, magnetize anything we can dream of. Manifesting is our basic nature. Notice that whatever you place your focus or attention upon is what you manifest into your life. You focus on thoughts that make you happy, empowered, abundant, and free, you will attract more people and situations that mirror those positive, joyful experiences back to you. And that's a tall order for a lot of us, because the life conditions us. We don't condition it. See, it's interesting, because we don't believe that we're that powerful. That life conditions us, and it makes us a certain way. How many of us focus, okay, right in this now, with everything transcending, everything? How many of us focus on thoughts? How often do we focus on thoughts that make us happy, empowered, abundant, and free? Ask yourself that question. Be totally truthful with yourself. And then explore, if you don't, explore why you don't. Delve into it. See, in our minds, the illusion, the mind of the illusion of the mind. It's just not able to comprehend. It's just not, it can't. Okay? It can't comprehend what we are itself. We are such powerful beings that we cannot manifest into this physical dimension. And the mind is just too small. It's too limited. It's too conceptual and too narrow-minded to digest the immensity of who we all are. Only the heart is big to tap into the immensity of our being. And still, it will fall short as well. See, this is in how many times you've reincarnated. Okay, it's small compared to our existence, which has been forever as the gods that we are. We are transcending. We're moving up and out of this small-minded understanding of life and progressing beyond the capabilities of the heart-mind. And not only that, progressing further beyond the pure consciousness. And then on from there. An endless journey. This, in these bodies, is temporary. That's why a lot of us will stressing and fearing through the whole life, and by the time we wake up to things, we look and say, oh my God, believe that I blew all this time to worry, stressing, and fearing. And now I'm leaving the body. See, our spiritual essence is in time, space, or energy. We are timeless magicians sailing through an eternal ocean of time and energy. Metaphysical. Meta means beyond physical. We're beyond physical, way beyond. We are one with the infinity. This meeting is the unveiling of actual essence. By taking responsibility for this meeting inside, our real power begins to emerge in our lives. We naturally begin attracting and creating everything our heart was dreaming about. As we find out that there is an unlimited source of energy, creativity, love, lightness, and compassion inside, we immediately start experiencing how truly enjoyable this life actually is. This makes it so much easier to surrender to the magical manifesting mindset. We see our real mission here is to be stress-free, to deeply fall in love with our lives, and to trust this world so deeply that we truly let go of all of our fears. With nothing to fear, we become a brilliant light for everyone on this planet to enjoy. Even though some people in this society may be completely unable to relax and trust this life, do not be offended by them. They are deeply unaware of their infinite spiritual nature. They need you to help them find it again. Most people live in some energetic poverty because they are simply stuck in their minds, afraid of being responsible for the immensity of their life. This spiritual connection is so huge that they would rather keep safe holding onto their limited excuses of what they cannot do, instead of facing the fact that they are actually creating everything in their lives. The spiritually awake person is the guiding light here to show others how to see their way through the dark. When one's own true nature is known, then there is being without beginning and end. It is unbroken awareness and bliss. Romana Mauricio. Once we are aware of our unlimited spiritual nature, it's not our job to push this idea on anyone. They may not be ripe or ready to receive it quite yet. Humans have been asleep to this understanding for so many centuries that each person needs something karmically specific to them, something quite radical and monumental, to shake them from this ancient, deep slumber. The time will come when everyone's soul will awaken to this understanding. Everything always happens at the perfect time. So don't start bothering others about waking up. Just be responsible for opening up deeper into your spiritual connection. Be silent, conscious, loving with others. Do what inspires you every day. Focus on how you can step more fully into this manifesting mindset in your community. And take on this spiritual responsibility just for you. No matter what happens in our life, it's good to know that a great conscious universal source is always on our side. And what I mean by this is that our judgments, our judgmental, painful, and emotionally challenging experiences that we're having are the fertilizer for our soul's growth. Each challenge pushes us deeper inside ourselves, so we develop the gift to overcome it. You ever notice that? You ever notice when you're kind of in a challenge, right? A life challenge. And You don't, normally we don't look at it like this is for my soul's growth, right? We don't do that. Even though it's pushing us deeper inside ourselves so that we develop the gift to overcome it. That's the point. We overcome these things. How many things in your life have you actually overcome? That at first you went, holy moly, what am I going to do with this? And you overcame it. Our problem stretch us. They expand our boundaries of who we think we are so that we dive deeper inside more than ever before. Whenever something of this world frightens you, instantly trust this experience is a gift from grace to help step up your vibration and consciousness. Use everything to help you wake up and realize this exciting, divine truth today. Since everyone is one's own self, whoever does whatever to whomever is doing it only to themselves. From Mauricio. As we wake up, we realize that we are all so deeply connected to one another. There truly is no separation from me and you. Just limiting ideas in the mind come between us. There's just pure energy and consciousness that pervades everything and everyone. When enough people realize this experience of oneness, we will all start living from our most enlightened state of being. It's very important. There is just pure energy and consciousness that pervades everything and everyone. And when enough of us truly realize this experience of oneness, we will all start living from our most enlightened state of being. This is when we will manifest true world peace. Say, all it takes is 1 out of 8, 9 people on this planet have found spiritual inner peace within themselves right now. This will start a trend that will take over the rest of the population. It is just a matter of time before we are all living at a higher consciousness. Visualize this for this world. Visualize it. Everyone is relaxing, shifting into a more trusting, open, receptive, peaceful, caring, and joyful way of being in their communities. Our thoughts are very powerful, we know that. And when we focus them in great numbers in a certain direction, miraculous manifestations begin to occur. When enough people are seeing this for our future, it will exponentially spread like a wave throughout the minds and hearts of billions more. One day, we will reach a time when this huge enlightening shift will move through every heart, mind, and soul on this planet. C.S. Lewis said something that's quite impactful. There are far better things ahead than any we have left behind. Any. Now, when we bring in science, scientifically, our body and mind are a natural biomagnetic computer that is continuously communicating with this universe. Our thoughts, emotions act like a radio tower, constantly sending out signals for contacting similar types of people, circumstances, and experiences. There is a biomagnetic sphere of energy that surrounds us, each of us, called our aura, which creates a measurable signal showing the type of energy we're sending out into the universe, this universe. It is always communicating a frequency through our emotional state about what we want and don't want to manifest into our life. There are many case studies dating back to 1939 using Kirlian photography that physically prove there is a real, tangible, magnetic field of energy that surrounds us all the time. Isn't that amazing? And when you take these, some of you have done it, right? I have. The photos show our strongest emotions radiate as certain colors or frequencies all around our body. And you can get these cameras. They're called Kirlian cameras. They have them. And they put them on a tripod, and then someone could look through it and see. Once they take the picture, you'll see your aura, period, and the colors, and what the colors mean. There are many case studies, as I've mentioned, dating back to 1939, using Kirlian photography. This energy is what connects with the like-minded atoms in this universe, which eventually manifests our ideas into our reality. Scientists have taken their research further and have found that the biomagnetic aura of an immature tree leaf will match the full-grown size that the leaf will become later in life. When the leaf reaches its full-grown size, the previous documented aura is exactly the same size as the older leaf. We are just like these leaves, in that we emanate the particular thought, vibrational energy that we will one day grow into. It's good to know that for the rest of our life, we are creating this magnetic energy field that will constantly be working on attracting our future life to us. See, how many of us are attuned to this, aware of it? Right? How many? Every intention sets energy into motion, whether we are conscious of it or not. Gary Zukav. When we consciously choose a particular future outcome that we wish to manifest, we can decide through a powerful statement of affirmation that this, or better, is now coming our way. Now, if we repeat this intention with a strong positive emotion behind it, it becomes a powerful manifesting magnet for attracting and creating this desired outcome to us. The more often we repeat the affirmation, resonating with it, an ever-deepening positive feeling, the faster and easier our desired result will manifest for us. The difference between repeating an affirmation and a manifesting mantra is all about where the energy is coming from. If it's coming from your head, okay, not a good idea. Affirmations are simply positive statements that are not yet emotionally aligned with the intention and consciousness found within the magical manifesting mindset. You see? That's the difference between affirmation and mantra. There is still a belief in separation from this universal source and a feeling of disconnection from our natural manifesting abilities. Deep down, affirmations are coming from a place of hope. I take that word and replace it with of faith. Desire and lack, right? Affirmations are coming from a place of faith, desire, and lack, and not fully believing that every thought and feeling is physically creating our reality in each living moment of our lives. A magical manifesting mantra is born out of the acceptance that we are naturally manifesting magnets who are constantly creating our own enlightened or unenlightened experience of this life. The mantra vibrates with the feeling that we are the masters of our reality. This mindset can evolve out of the playground from using daily positive affirmation, and yet it holds a more powerful, advanced, and effective approach to manifesting, because it knows deep down that we are the most powerful, magical, and magnetic beings in this entire universe. And when you look at things from outside and you're watching, this becomes crystal clear. Now, if and when we repeat a manifesting mantra one time, it can have a more powerful effect than repeating an affirmation 100 times. If we repeat a manifesting mantra one time, it can have a more powerful effect than repeating an affirmation 100 times. The crop that we harvest from the manifesting mantra all depends on the quality of emotional, mental, and energetic soil the affirmation is being planted in. Planting affirmations in fields of trust, relaxation, joy, gratitude, and abundance will only result in a rich, full crop at the end of the season. Consistent daily use of a manifesting mantra, will transform our life on a deeper energetic level, creating even higher vibrations and a more powerful magnetic auric field around our body. Its repetition is fine-tuning the feeling of living each moment in the manifesting mindset. Continuous practice of this manifesting mantra meditation will create a powerful manifesting mindset, increase your consciousness about your environment and what you are attracting into it. This gentle awareness generates a feeling of being deeply connected to this universe and an understanding that we are in constant intimate exchange with it, continuously co-creating our unique version of reality. I probably myself over the years have using a mala, which is a beaded, it's like a rosary. That's where the rosary came from the mala. And you use this, it's a beaded, looks like a necklace, different stones, and different things attached to it. And you begin to realize that you say this mantra, and the mantra you will immediately know has really phenomenal vibrational frequencies. I've probably said over 1 million at least, maybe 2 or 3 million mantras. Always remember deep in your heart that all is well and everything is unfolding as it should. There are no mistakes anywhere at any time. See, some of us have a false imagination. What appears to be wrong is simply our own false imagination. We have another imagination that is direct, open, gentle, kind, generous, and humble, and has no limitations. See, and the goal of a manifesting mantra is not so focused on attaining our ego's desires, yet it's more about becoming the living master of our mind and our lives. Now, if we are like most people, we are facing many difficult experiences in this life each day, which can make us feel trapped, limited, powerless, stuck, fighting an inner battle with our negative thoughts and feelings. The inner conflict that we experience is blocking our creativity, love, trust, connection to Source, and stopping us from magnetizing more positive, abundant experiences to us. By resonating with the power behind our manifesting mantra, it becomes like a great fire from the sun that will burn through these blocked feelings and limiting beliefs hiding inside. New neuron connections and chemical pathways are created in the brain by using the manifesting mantra. You physically begin creating new pathways for these trapped negative emotions to find a way through. The manifesting mantra will pave a new path where your mind can move and can be more easily perceived the unlimited positive possibilities awaiting in our future. The secret to discovering the power within our manifesting mantra is in embracing the fearful or negative vibrational mess that we are currently in. Becoming more conscious of the battle going on inside us causes a new awareness to form on what's needed to transcend it. Through embracing our darkness, we are forced to own the fact that we are powerful manifesting magnets and consciously increase our positive emotional energy and vibration. Once we start devoting more time to being conscious of which thoughts, feelings, or magnetic field we are creating around us, we can find the positive within the negative and free our body from its energetic entrapment. One challenge that you might find on this manifesting path is that the ego will tend to have very strong preferences on what should or shouldn't happen in your life. The mind can get addicted and attached to ideas about what it means to be successful, loving, and what desirable outcomes should only look like. This is where the power of the manifesting mantra comes into play. The consciousness created from using a manifesting mantra cannot experience undesirable results. It only knows being at peace with what is, honoring the magical manifesting being that you truly are. The more often we use a manifesting mantra, the more conscious we become of what the mind is thinking. And this allows you to one day become totally free of your mind, unattached to all outcomes, accepting the totality of life as it is, living in such a high vibrational state that you can only attract positive things to you. When the mind attempts to fall into fear or worry, the magical manifesting energy comes in and says, "Oh well, this too shall pass," and allows those negative thoughts to move by like clouds through the open sky. By using a manifesting mantra in your daily life, you'll naturally be able to relax and trust that many positive situations are coming your way. The mantra expands your body's aura to the point where you're tapping into an infinite number of possible positive outcomes. This is where you start attracting the most juicy life experiences and serendipitous, synchronistic outcomes. The mantra trains your brain and body to accept this as an all loving, magical universe. And just by repeating this idea inside causes your vibration right now to skyrocket in a short time. The most desirable outcomes will fall into your lap as you will be becoming a super powerful manifesting magnet for attracting every single thing you want. That's how it works. There's no getting away from it, say. The ego mind can literally convince you that all of that is nonsense. Only listen to it and its thoughts and ideas that it brings in. And when you do, you suffer. And when we embrace this ego mind, we suffer. And as long as we're in the ego mind, we will suffer endlessly. And I don't mean catastrophic or any, I mean just everyday worry, stress, and fear of some form, shape, or another. Have you ever been going along and you just have this wonderful feeling? It just happens. And you feel almost as light as a feather, happy-go-lucky, not a care in the world, not a concern or anything. You feel absolutely free. It's a wonderful feeling. And then this cloud comes in. It's the ego mind. And it starts interjecting. What are you going to do about this? What do you think is going to happen about this? You better get going on this. You better be doing this. And then the stress starts coming and the worry and the fear. And then that feeling, that blissful feeling, is gone. This is the ego mind taking you over from the now, pulling you in to its world. Worry, stress, and fear. Suffer. Isn't it amazing for all of us to come to the realization in our own way that we're this powerful of beings, and through the ego mind we have been asleep all this time, believing in a life really that we created based upon the input information of other people's thoughts through the ego mind. And in reality, we created it. So you begin to realize, well, that takes a lot of power to create what we're experiencing right now in this very moment. And I did that. Yeah, you did. Now, doesn't it make sense? Well, if I, so I did it, so I can undo it by repeating a mantra manifestation in the opposite direction, where I begin to focus on things that I want, the life that I want, the way I want the planet to be. So every day, along this amazing journey through this life, through life in general, we get the opportunity to fine-tune our ability to make healthy decisions that empower and inspire our lives. Some decisions are easy and obvious to make, while others can feel like they're ripping our mind and heart into 1,000 tiny pieces. We've all been there. You've got a decision to make, and you're going, you really aren't interested in engaging that you're going to make that decision. You're kind of going, you're kind of stutter-stepping it and saying, I'll get to that later. And sooner or later, it comes full front with you, and then you make the decision. When you reach one of these major life choice points, and we all have and we all will, again, and have to step into that colossal crossroads, take the time to go through this process that I'm about to share, so you can make the most enlightened decision available to you. You ever heard, I'm sure we've heard this term many times, beggars can't be choosers. My mom used to use that a lot. Beggars can't be choosers. What does that mean? So, like, if it becomes apparent that the more the more you become demanding, right, needy and lacking, something inside ourselves, our body, becomes more tense and lacking. Something inside ourselves become more cloudy, narrowed, and incapable of perceiving the infinite array of possibilities in this universe. And you begin to realize that the more you begged for what you wanted, the less likely you would receive your desire. And the more challenging it became to relax and welcome in the happy, loving feelings that you were truly after. You ever done that? Now, you may observe yourself in this decision-making process. You may notice that your body would feel paralyzed, frozen, contracted around certain choices, while in making other decisions, it expanded with joy, as if it found the most liberating gift from this universe. Then you begin to realize that what makes a decision self-empowering all depends on our perspective, how we are approaching our life, our relationship with ourself. And if we can see all the many possible outcomes and choices that could be made. You realize that decisions are powerful teachers designed to force us to look inside ourselves, so we participate more intimately in who we are inventing ourselves to be. We are nudged into being the creators of our reality, designers of our destiny, and constantly invited to paint the masterpiece blossoming inside us on the great blank canvas of our lives. Join in the meditation, and I'll return to close us out. Take an easy breath. Slowly but surely in through the nose. And an easy breath. Slowly and surely out the mouth. Remain still. Change is the spice of life. Sometimes life will be intense. Other times quite peaceful. Sometimes you'll become abundant, while other moments you'll lose it all. Don't take life's changes seriously or ever too personally. Your job is to experience it all and discover that who you are beneath it all is the source of pure consciousness itself. This is true no matter how your outer conditions change. So let today's super spicy situation shake you and awaken you. Take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night and the following morning. We will return here Tuesday, September 19, 2023, 3:15 p.m. Eastern, to continue our global guided meditation call. Be gentle, kind, generous, and humble with yourself at all times.